This is quite different as far as a fishing video is concerned because there's no actual angling going on. However, there is a powerful lesson behind what I'm about to say. I was out this morning, the first of the month. It's always nice to get that first fish on the bank, isn't it? And then set your stall for the rest of the month. And February is always a difficult one anyway. It's the last month of winter and often the most difficult as far as angling is concerned. I was fishing a small pond, small pool, and I was quite hopeful that I would get something on the bank. And I had a couple of bites, and unfortunately the spot where I was fishing, quite a lot of debris on the bottom. So the hook was masked slightly. I didn't make a clean connection with the fish and didn't get one at all. I thought that's okay because I'll get further bites of the cherry. I didn't. And as time went by, I was thinking I'd be there about an hour and a half. I was there at first light. I'll be there about an hour and a half, and then I'll go back home because I've got other things that I want to do. Not necessarily that I had to do, which is important as you'll see, but that I did want to do. However, 2 hours in, still nothing. So I thought, I'll wait for 3. And I did. Still no bites. 4-hour session, nothing at all. 5 hours, and I thought at this stage I do need to go back. I can't stay for the rest of my life, so somewhere in between I need to bring this session to a halt. So I thought 5 hours, I'll knock it on the head because, well, I've certainly given it a good shot, haven't I? I packed everything away. I don't know if you're like me, especially when you're waiting for that first fish to avoid a blank. You pack everything away except the rod and the landing net. So my rucksack, I got my flask in there and everything was packed away. Bait box, tub, ground bait, everything. Just the rod and the landing net. And I kept looking at one more cast, kept looking at the time. As I say, I didn't need to be back for anything in particular, but there were things I wanted to do. But I did have flexibility. But 5 hours, I thought, that's enough. So I was going past the 5 hours. And then I did think to myself, this will be the last cast. And I'm going to reel in now. And as I bent down to pick up the rod, I saw the float begin to move. Just a little touch to the side. And I instantly knew that a fish was interested in the bait. And then it moved a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. It disappeared. I struck and, well, there's the result. Perseverance, isn't it? And that's an important lesson for all of us as anglers, because there are times when the fish are waiting to be caught. They're queuing up to be caught. You could almost put no bait on and still catch fish after fish after fish. But those days aren't the norm, are they? Especially, as I've already said, in February, because it is the end of the winter. We're not going into the winter, so you've still got reasonable water temperatures and you still have good days. Although you have mild days in the winter, the water temperature has pretty much already hit rock bottom. So it's important that if you get the bites, you make them count. Unfortunately, in my case, the pool that I decided to fish, it wasn't ideal, really. And the spot I fished in terms of the bed, the bottom. But I kept going. 5 hours for one tiny roach. You know, sometimes one small fish is a massive result, isn't it? Perseverance, patience, two very, very important ingredients as far as successful angling is concerned. If you're out and about yourself, tight lines during February. It's a tough month, but when the going gets tough, you know what they say,